Hey everyone, this is going to be an interesting project. The house is currently tagged by the city as uninhabitable. The floor plan is unconventional. The condition is also one of the worst I've seen. So I'm very excited to take you on a tour to see the inside and out. The house is on the hillside and the building structure is lower than the street level, so the front yard actually slopes down. There are two sections in the front yard. The first section is semi-flat and there's not much landscaping going on other than a big tree. So we'll probably clean up this area and maybe put in some sod. And then there's the other section on the other side that has a lot of weeds and many trees, big and small. Because a lot of these trees are actually blocking the view of the house, we're thinking about removing some of the smaller ones so we can make the front yard more appealing. And then we're also going to remove all of these weeds and put in maybe some flowers and some plants that are more manageable and make the front yard welcoming. The building itself is kind of interesting because it's really long and it's mostly showing in the front. We see the paint color is this cream and peach color, and this color combo is not very popular anymore, so the house definitely needs to be repainted and we need to also do some dry rot repairs. We'll also replace all the windows because they are single pane and the outside actually doesn't look as bad as the inside, so I'm going to take you inside. But before that, you can see that there's a Hawaiian child and a tiki statue that are guarding the house, which is quite interesting. If you're interested in learning how to turn nasty homes like this into dream homes, join my coaching program, Transform Flipper Academy. I teach my students the ins and outs about house flipping and help them achieve financial freedom. Don't think any longer, schedule a call with us today. This is a very interesting front door. It looks like it's custom made with the letter M initial on here, and it seems like it's stained. So I've never seen any front door like this, and it's one of a kind, but it's so old and it's not of a popular style anymore, so we would have to replace it. This living room is of a rectangular shape and it's really not small, but it's quite depressing because of how dark it is. There are actually a lot of windows along this wall, but they are covered not by shades or blinds, but by paper just taped up over the windows. At the end of the living room, there are stairs leading to the second story, and then there are two light fixtures, the only two light fixtures in this room that don't actually work anymore. And then this entire room is covered with wood paneling. Normally, I would consider keeping the wood paneling, but these paneling don't look very good and they're kind of rough. So we may have to replace it with new sheetrock. And then there's the large slider leading to the deck, which should be a nice feature, but unfortunately, there's a ton of junk on the deck and there's not a way to access this deck anymore. It's kind of unfortunate and it's depressing as well. So we're going to have to really do a lot of work to clean up the deck to restore this feature. On the flooring, there's dark green linoleum floors. It's falling apart. There are some loose pieces and it's also discolored. So the flooring definitely has to go too. This kitchen is really a disaster. The first thing that catches your eye is probably the linoleum floor that has disintegrated. The cabinets here are very old school and the layout is really funky. Even though this kitchen is of a good size, I don't see any appliances here. There's no stove or dishwasher or fridge. So obviously we have to gut everything in here and reconfigure the kitchen so that we can have all the modern amenities. On the other side of the kitchen, there is a door going to the deck, but unfortunately it's also blocked off and there's no way to access the deck from here. When we remodel the kitchen, I think because this door is not really necessary to go to the deck from the kitchen, so we may remove it so that we can put more cabinets and appliances into the kitchen and make it more functional. So in the hallway, there's stripy wallpaper, but the wallpaper's peeling off everywhere and it's not salvageable. Not that we really want to salvage it. And then into the only bathroom on this level, there's also wallpaper that's floral wallpaper, and there's a little stand on this side that's really interesting. I've never seen anything of this style, but it's not really a medicine cabinet. And then at the end of this bathroom, there's actually a built-in cabinet. This cabinet is taking up a lot of space that could have made this bathroom a lot nicer and bigger. So when we remodel it, we'll probably remove it so that we can actually make more functional space of the bathroom. And everything else in here has to go. We see some huge spiders hanging from the ceiling, and it's really gross and creepy, and the flooring is nasty as well. So really we have to completely revamp this space. And on the door, in case you're curious, there's actually a sign to make sure that you know this is the bathroom. So we're in the room at the end of the hallway, and this is a good sized room that was used as a dining room by the previous owner. But because this first floor actually doesn't have any bedrooms currently, and there are only 2 bedrooms upstairs, so I'm thinking to convert this as a primary bedroom. It's not really a primary bedroom because it's not going to have an attached bathroom to it, but it is probably the biggest sized room in this house. There are windows on 3 sides, but still this room is really dark right now, which is unfortunate. But I think after we remove the window coverings and also replace the windows, the lighting will change dramatically. And luckily there's already a walk-in closet that's of a great size in here, so it would be very easy to convert this room into a bedroom. This is the first bedroom on the 2nd story, and it also has wood paneling all over, and the wood paneling is of the original wood color, so it makes this room feels even darker. There are some really ugly shelvings on the walls that we have to remove, and we're also going to need to replace this closet door. And of course, I don't even know what materials is used on the flooring anymore, but this is not presentable and has to be replaced. So there is actually an attached bathroom to this room that's also a Jack and Jill bathroom that's shared with the other bedroom on this level. And I've decided not to step foot inside because it's just so gross and nasty. There's the oversized vanity that's really deep. The floors are completely ruined, breaking into pieces. And there's also a big hole in the wall that could have been caused by water damage. So overall, this bathroom has to be redone completely, and hopefully we can make it more functional with the space because it's not very big. This is the smaller room on the 2nd story. This room is also covered with wallpaper. There's not even any flooring, so we have to install new flooring to cover up the subfloors. There's also a wall heater in here that has really interesting panel. We probably need to remove these wall heaters and redo the HVAC system in this house. So now we're in the backyard. The backyard is quite something. You can see that the back of the building really needs a lot of repairs. The door where you come down from the deck is all broken. There's a lot of stuff inside that you can't really use that pathway anymore. The stairs coming down from the deck are all rotten and have to be completely redone. On the other side, this deck, as we mentioned, is full of stuff. There was no way to even go to the deck from inside the house. So it needs to be cleaned up completely, and we suspect that this deck is also beyond repair, so we may have to redo it. And then the rest of this backyard is full of weeds and plants, random plants, and also very high weeds on the side of the yard, so it's currently very hard to access it. So we need to do a lot of cleaning up and also probably have to level the ground somehow so that we can utilize it better. And we plan to probably at least put in some grass in the center area and also some concrete so that there's more seating space. And at the back of the yard, you see a lot of huge trees that are really intertwined together, and they are even like going kind of diagonally, and they are very lush and covering a lot of the natural light. So we definitely have to do a lot of trimming on those too.
Man, this is heck of a project, but it's also incredibly exciting at the same time, because the bigger the disaster, the better the makeover. Adding another bedroom and even an ensuite would add so much value to the home. I need to put some more thought into the layout, and fingers crossed that there would be enough space. The second story may have been added on later because the floor plan is so funky. The good thing is the house has solid bones and mostly just need cosmetic work. I'm pretty confident that we'll restore its former glory and then some. Stay tuned for the house flip numbers.
We have a lot of work cut out for us on this project, but before we dive into it, let me share the numbers. I purchased this home for $1.3 million, and we plan to put about $200,000 into the renovation, and the after repair value is about $1.9 million. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. The house is currently tagged as unsafe to inhabitable. Okay, sorry. This is a really interesting door. Look at this. Get a bureau over there. Nasty homes like these into dream homes. Sorry. Like this.